we really want it out there that I slap vaginas like that?
We started.
Remember the time that you caught me talking about how like I wanted to chase a woman through the woods with meat strapped to her back?
Caught you?
You
When you told
proudly
it to
admitted
us,
yeah.
when you told it to us on mic, and
just
you were
thought
like,
it was-
"Oh, you got me. This gotcha journalism's gone too far."
Yeah, it was 25 minutes into the episode.
Yeah, and you're like, shut up. I want to chase a woman through the woods and
Chuck, are you
strap
sure?
beef
Are you
jerky to her back.
Chuck, are you sure you want to say that while we're recording?
Oh, you got me. Oh, you got me.
I'm like putting my makeup on beforehand.
You're a bear in the woods, and you're like, where are the traps? Where are the traps? Where are the traps? Stomping your feet down, your paws are smashing into the ground. You want that bear trap to slap on you, and then you go, "Oh, this mean hunter got me."
Can I break the fourth wall for a second?
I didn't even. You know what? I don't even think we built a fourth wall.
Well, it's funny.
We live in the third.
We can all. I think we can all admit, and I think that it's okay to admit this.
I don't like that we're automatically being pulled in already.
Well, on the podcast,
Yeah, we all want to chase someone through the woods.
on the podcast, you kind of elevate your stances. You kind of elevate your silliness. For sure. When you're on camera and on mic, you want to be more entertaining than you are in a regular conversation.
This is my elevated silliness.
Right?
I think I'm just like even keel.
No, you're not. Come on. You're saying that when you go on mic, you don't try to be more of a showman than when you're just by yourself in your house?
I mean, I'm more aware. I'm on, but I can also be on, off.
Me
mic.
too, but on mic you should be
Ooh,
on.
podcast name on, off mic.
But you know how you might kind of come at things different a little bit when you're on mic and you want there to be jokes and stuff.
Are you saying you don't actually believe in all of your Dr. Genius ideas?
No, here's what I was gonna say. Yeah, here's what I was gonna say. It's tough because like I know what I am, I know who I am, whatever.
Popeye.
But there are some people out there who really don't understand that aspect of it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's crazy. Like, remember the time that I interrupted you and I put makeup on during the podcast?
Yes.
Like, I saw
the
someone.
one time you did it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I saw someone actually put that somewhere in real life to represent, like, look at how much of a piece of shit this person is. And they used that clip to show them.
It was
Yeah.
me.
And I was like, that's so crazy that this person thinks that this is like me getting like caught secretly doing this to somebody, as opposed to like we're making a funny show.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a funny thing. It's just weird. It's just weird because sometimes I feel like I'm about to do a funny thing now. And I get self-conscious and I stop doing it because people don't know this is funny. They just think it's me like, in the raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
So
Walt,
you're like comedy edging?
well, exactly. Well, it's funny because like Walt on Tell Him Steve Dave, he's made a lot of he claimed before on the show that he can't see stained glass, that he just sees through it. And it's like it's just to be. I mean, some people are like, "Can you believe that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What is going on? What are we talking about?" It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, it just sucks because that lack of awareness, I think, it makes me pull back on some stances I'd like to take. Like,
Sure.
remember, like I went on a road show recently, the morning show.
Yeah.
And I made these comments about how I looked at like Putin as like our leader and stuff. And I'm like, are people going to think I really look at that? Or is it,
No, you were giggling the whole way through it.
Okay, I hope so. I hope that was clear.
I don't think it came across as like Chuck sincerely believes in authoritarian Soviet
I
rule.
would hope.
Yeah.
But you never know.
I'm, yes, there are people who aren't going to get the joke.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's probably what it is.
Well, as a stand-up comic, like there's a level of, there's the onstage persona and then there's the
yes,
offstage.
exactly.
As a comic, I'm more the same on both ends. There are other comics that are very,
I know what you mean.
very
Yeah.
performative, very charactery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I perform on stage as Anthony Jeselnik.
Yes. Is that what you were doing?
Yes, we're very different.
I thought you were just having like a meltdown.
No.
That's what the TikTok robot voice said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
Watch this
Anthony.
man have a complete meltdown.
No,
right?
that's also my voice.
This man is having a complete meltdown.
I told my mother I wanted a motorcycle. I told her how bad I wanted a motorcycle. And she said, Anthony. He has to do everything twice. He does everything twice. But I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
Did you see how he's like coming after like Segura and Kreischer and all this stuff on his podcast?
No.
It's really, really interesting. It's really, really interesting. We'll have to talk about it. But he's basically like, they'll do stuff and then he'll do stuff the next week that is the same, but like a take on it that is essentially just satire. It's not like really for punchlines.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand it. You have to know both things. And so I've seen all these YouTube videos breaking down. They did this, then he did
that's
this.
fun.
It's great. I mean, he's the best. He's
spike
incredible.
cast.
Yeah.
I'm all for a spike cast.
But
I think a spike cast is good.
What were you saying? What you were saying though about
When I branch off and do one bearable, it's going to be a spike cast.
one bearable.
Yeah.
The idea of different people have different like, I guess, wide berths between who they are on stage and who they are, whatever.
Yeah.
It sucks because as the person who's like happy to bring the crazy shit to the table, a lot of times now because of people's lack of understanding, I get nervous and I pull back. Like I wrote something for Dr. Genius and I'm like, no, I can't do this on the show.
It was about that vaginal mesh thing.
Yeah, I still might do it,
You
but I might
slap
just do
it on there.
You did apply for a patent, which is
Yes.
weird. So I don't know if that's Dr.
as,
Genius.
yes, as Dr.
Genius
Genius
Productions.
Yes.
And you said it was vaginal mush?
Yes.
Weird. No, I had something and then it went away.
It was about you being
in terms of like doing a wacky on the podcast.
Yeah.
Recently we had Charlton Heston on, and
I
like
recall.
part of the hesitation that I had about that was the first time it happened on with Ray and Derek, it was totally organic. It just happened like mid episode,
Right.
Yeah.
And then after that, we did an episode with Heston, and I remember talking to a guy who was a fan after the fact, and he was like, "Oh, it was really funny and stuff." And he's like, so like the first that episode, I was listening to it, and like for like 10 or 15 minutes, like I was like, how did they get Charlton Heston on the podcast? I can't believe it.
It's beautiful.
It's crazy. And then it kept going. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't think that's Charlton Heston. And it was just so weird where I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Well, the thing I would worry about from your perspective now is that you're doing it on video. And
Yeah,
like
that was a big part of why I was like struggling with the idea of it.
the truth is, if someone just kind of clips out the beginning and you're just Ray saying all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really, I mean, I think that your delivery is, to me, hopefully clear enough to people to be like, well, he's not himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet he's not being like, here's how I feel about
Well,
things.
you know, I'm not huge, so popularity wise, or not like success wise.
I know what you mean. You're not a household name, is what
So
you mean.
I feel like, you know, if that went like viral in some way, that would be more people's first impression than not, and they would just be like, "That's that guy. That's how he talks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a piece of shit. What a monster. What a misogynist and very anti-Japanese. Very
funny.
anti-Japanese.
How
Speaking,
about you? What about you with your persona?
I don't think I have a persona in real life or on the podcast. I think it's
I think you are.
I think it's just a black hole of charisma.
You're more of a non grata kind of guy.
Yeah.
no, I think that you. No,
I'm
you
an
know how to.
au gratin kind of guy.
No, you're Brad,
Too spicy.
and then I think when we get into bits, Funbearable Brad is Brad times 10.
Yeah.
Is basically what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm okay with hot dogs, but you guys definitely make it seem.
Sure.
Well, okay, so there was a
But
big.
also, come on.
So the other day, I was at dinner. It was me, my mom, my dad, Jordan, and Allie, Jordan's girlfriend, and we were all talking about how much Brad likes hot dogs.
Why would that come up at a dinner where I am
It was
elsewhere?
on one of the index cards that he brings.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. You guys know Brad.
Chasing a woman through the woods.
You know hot dogs?
So I was like, I forgot why we talked about it, but we brought up. Oh, so I think Jordan mentioned hot dogs, and we talked about it. And my mom's like, "How many hot dogs does he eat?" And I'm like, "He says eating 100 hot dogs a year is normal. That's not a lot. He says he eats 100 a year, and that's not a lot of hot dogs." And my mom was like, 100 a year, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, 100 a year!" And everyone was freaking out. And then I started defending him.
Thank you.
I'm like, "Listen, one hot dog meal is at least 2 hot dogs.
That's
Can we
correct.
agree on that?"
Yeah.
So it's like, really, are we talking 1 hot dog meal a week out of 21? That's a pretty small amount of hot dogs.
I'll be honest with you, though. After a month, I'd be like, I've had hot dogs once a week for like the last month. That's weird.
We're 12 weeks into the year. I've had 8 total hot dogs.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's because of your course correcting behavior.
That's correct. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
this
very
is
much
spite. This is a spite
So.
thing.
No, they aren't spite
I'll
dogs.
show you.
Yeah, well,
There's a little bit of I show you.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like, well, I don't need 100 hot dogs, but also like, you know, as we've talked about it, they're easy. But so that's, it's not like I'm like dying on the hill of hot dogs. I'm dying because of the hill of hot dogs inside me.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was tough. It was tough getting there.
Hot dog hill.
I don't
There's
know.
a hamburger hill.
That's true. There's a hamburger helper.
Yes. I think I play boring, but it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because I feel like when the podcast ends, you guys are still like, yeah, Brad's boring. Like, and that's what I get in our personal lives.
I mean, I was driving with you for the past 24 hours. Holy shit. I think my grandmother drives faster than Brad. You were going 10 miles an hour on a road today.
Which road?
The one across from
10
my
mile an
house.
hour road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's the speed limit. It's not the speed like low.
so anyway.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he always says that.
I was on your side until just
It's
now.
the limit of speed.
He always says that the sign is the limit of how fast you can go.
You don't have to go that fast. I'd like to open the episode if I could.
Yeah, we haven't even done intros
Well,
yet.
let me just finish this.
This is too
I
long.
started defending you, and we all started defending you. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't. You're like, he doesn't like a lot of different. Like you're better,
Yeah.
but like I'm like, he wants to save money. That's part of it. Part
Yes.
of the reason he likes hot dogs and gas station rib sandwiches.
I haven't had a gas station rib sandwich in over a year.
I think this conversation is officially too long.
And then Allie was like, like he's from the Midwest, like in different places, the gas station like culture, like Buc-ee's and Wawa, like people eat there more often than they do in other places. So maybe he's confused there.
I say, eat for the meal you want, not the meal you have. You know what I'm saying? Like aspire to.
I'm working
Right?
on it.
He eats like a raccoon.
I do. I go through Chuck's trash, and then he'll come out with a broom and shoo me away, and it's a
Yeah.
mess. I go to eat some cotton candy, but I wash it and it disappears, and I'm very sad.
No, it's so sad. It's so
funny.
sad.
I've never heard of someone watching cotton candy disappear.
Oh no,
That's
there's a
No, there's
viral
a-
video
yeah.
for a raccoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
doing
really?
it, yeah.
He tries to wash it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does he do that? With a sink?
No, there's
Yes,
like
he had a little
yes.
scrubber and everything.
I thought there was water. I don't-
No, it was like a little pool of water, and he was like, "Oh, let me dip it and wash it," and then it just vanished. And then this poor raccoon is like, "I hate humanity." Right?
That deserves to be a viral video. That's a
It
viral.
was.
Yes.
Yeah.
I deserve that.
Yep.
Welcome to the new podcast that we do, where we explain viral videos to Chuck Staten, and he's like, "Yeah, that sounds fun. I'd like to see that."
I decide.
That's viral.
It's called Judge Chuck.
Viral or spiral with Chuck Staten.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Funbearable. I am Brad Rohr.
I'm Ray. After all these minutes, Harrington.
And I'm Judge Chuck.
Gross.
Yuck.
And I'm
By the
Judge
way-
Chuck. Yuck.
I have a gavel in my Amazon wish list that is sitting there waiting. And one
that's good.
day I will order that gavel.
Yeah.
And it will appear on this podcast.
That's
I love
I just
that.
got to figure out what my judging is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Speaking of things that arrived to you, you have a product you want to talk about.
Oh, are we doing it right away?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I mean, you say right away. We're 45 minutes into the
Yeah,
episode.
that's
We
fair.
just started.
That is fair. This is the second. This is part 2.
Yes.
Yeah, we're opening part 2 with this. No, genuinely, like we have, sponsorships once in a while.
Yep.
Once in a while, products I want to talk about. That kind of thing. A while back, early in the podcast life, Tom Talk was nice enough to send some sling bags. Right.
I use it constantly,
Yeah.
especially because I go on a lot of walks and I don't like things in my pockets. It's one of my traits that not a lot of people know about me. I don't like to have things in my pockets,
Okay.
so don't do it. So
All right,
I'd rather
we'll
have
add it to your little card
if
that we give to people.
If we do have baseball cards ever, like
desk hygiene.
like if we have like tops, Funbearable 2024 baseball cards,
Yeah.
attribute doesn't like pocket stuff.
I don't think you know what goes on a baseball card.
Well, it would be for this.
I know because I don't play baseball.
We obviously wouldn't have a batting
It'd be
average.
stats. It's how many jokes you get.
Yeah. But yeah, so Tom Talk was nice enough to do that.
How
And
fake is your persona on the podcast?
at the time, Belroy also sent a sling bag and a nice like duffel bag. I really like Belroy. Belroy is a company that I like. Does that make sense?
Belroy?
Belroy is an Australian-based company. They are a B Corp and use sustainable materials and a ton of like recycled materials and things like that. So it's really good.
I don't
right?
know the word or expression B Corp because
B Corp
because
is-
you said it and
Yeah.
I'm like, bees run this company,
They do.
Corp.
Yeah. That they put the B in Belroy.
right?
A Corps probably are like, we'll use everything. And B Corps like, we'll only use sustainable material.
A B Corp is like a legal classification.
Okay.
A company has to hit a certain like sustainability benchmark.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
cool.
all right.
Yeah,
I like
so,
that.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
My wife Kalina is big on this stuff, and so she loves B Corps and stuff like that.
Okay.
But Belroy sent this sling bag to me years ago. Well, now like 2 years ago.
That's a great sling bag.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Yeah, it's great, right? It's big, but it's also not intrusive. It's not like a messenger bag
It's
size.
you know what? It's like the 100% of how big it could be before it gets to the messenger size.
Yeah, I love this thing.
Me too.
And I had just mentioned it in passing when I gave you guys the Tom Talk sling bags. But I want to point this out because this is one of those rare occasions where I can say like the sponsorship for this episode is for a thing that I genuinely love, right?
Yeah.
This bag has become like my travel companion.
Oh yeah.
I take this on every cruise that I work. If I leave the cabin, this thing is on me. It fits my iPad mini. I can throw my Bose headphones in there when I'm flying. You know, I can throw all my stuff in it. It's got like a handy little soft line sunglasses thing in the
nice.
inside, but on the top, so it's not getting crushed. Everything has been thought of with this bag.
Yeah.
I know I sound insane like it's a QVC product.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's so rare to get something and go and use it genuinely all over the world at this point. This bag has been with me in Alaska, Italy.
Wow. If that
Greece,
bag could talk.
Istanbul. If this bag could talk, it would say, "You're welcome,
Oh, okay.
Belroy." No, it's really, really wonderful. It is the Belroy Venture Sling. It comes in a slightly smaller version. I think this is the 9 liter and the other one is a 6 liter. I went online and I looked up the information simply to pass it along because I really do love this bag. I know that sounds insane.
No, I'm a bag hag, I guess we say now. And I
Sure.
love having bags. I love backpacks.
Yeah.
I love crossbody bags. I love sling bags. I love them.
Yeah, this the material is fantastic. It's got waterproof zippers all over the bag.
Wow.
Like it is so good and it looks great. But when I tell you this thing has been through the ringer, I mean it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This thing has gotten like wedged into my backpack to bring on flights. I wear this for entire flights because it has all like flight necessities.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In the bag,
Vomit,
it sits in
vomit
front of me.
built in. You just go. Zip.
Yeah, a small a small condom to urinate into.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said small. I meant like just a handy.
Right. You meant like it fits in the bag, not like your penis.
I only get it on the tip. I shouldn't do this for the sponsorship.
No.
No.
Yeah.
We'll cut that.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, no, I really, really do recommend it. The Venture Sling from Belroy. I can't say enough good things. Like it's crazy. This was one of those things. They gave this to me. I was like, oh, that's cool. And genuinely, it has become like a travel necessity.
That's great.
That's crazy.
awesome.
I love it.
I highly recommend it. It's my survival kit on planes, and then I wear it wherever I go when I'm traveling. Like the cruise ship stuff, it's really helpful. And then when I go to ports and like go out and do stuff, I'm going to be in Ireland and London next month, for a family trip and do a couple of shows. This is going to be on my back the whole time.
Hell yeah.
It's so convenient. Check out Belroy. All of their products are like really well designed and built. So yeah, thank you Belroy for sending that over. And to our listeners and viewers, check out Belroy. I can't say enough good things.
I just like the idea, you're on your family vacation.
Yeah.
There's a fire in the hotel and you dash outside and you're holding your bag and you turn to your left and your wife is there. And then you're like, wait a minute, where's my son? And then you look down at the bag and the bag has like a propeller beanie on. You're like, oh, I got it mixed up.
I think the hero version is I'm like, where is Finn? And then I look at my bag and it's bulging.
Yes, you unzip
And I
it.
unzip it. Oh, that's another. I'm going back to the bag one last time. A perfect example of like why Belroy design is awesome. So most sling bags, you unzip it,
Yep.
you get your stuff, right? This has double zippers on both ends that open completely wide open like that.
Oh, I like that.
The way it's built is
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know.
I love
the
it.
design on this is fantastic. I highly recommend it. And Belroy, if you want to send us more goodies, we're open to
please,
that.
the fun boys.
I want to wear entirely
one-
Belroy, my body covered in bags and
Yeah,
cases.
like an ABC party, anything but clothes. You're strapping on a million.
What about
Belroy
like
bags.
if they made their own version of like Jenkos?
Jinkos?
The jeans. So you could have a lot of zippers and lots of space.
Yeah,
Bicos.
I'm open to that.
Bicos.
Bicos.
Belcois.
B Corp Bicos.
B Corp.
Be cozy with Beco's Belcorp Belroy.
Oh boy.
What?
Ooh, that's too much.
I think we just had a stroke.
Yeah.
You know the Elroy, like his boy Elroy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could use just the like a piano of like do 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 do.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think the Jetsons
Four
will come
notes?
down hard on them.
4 notes.
Hanna-Barbera is very litigious.
What's the minimum amount of notes you can copyright? Can I copyright 2 notes?
I mean,
I'm gonna copyright that.
Like, I'm sure Liberty, 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 Liberty is copyrighted, right? And that's
the shortest
Or
thing I
by
can think
Menon.
of is NBC.
yep.
Do, do.
Is that copyrighted?
I think
It
so.
has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Let's make that our new intro.
Yeah, and if we get sued,
Yeah.
Get suited to oblivion.
Yeah. Why not?
we're going to take.
We're Funcock. Wait.
Nope.
I'm in.
I'm out.
Yeah. Did you hear about the attempted merger
Not because of the second part.
This is like Shark Tank.
Yes.
of Peacock and Paramount Plus?
No.
There was a discussion for that. I'm not even kidding. This isn't a joke setup. Everybody made the joke afterwards. They were trying to get it, and they might just combine into one. And then the jokes started happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right? Paracock
Yep.
or Mount Cock.
Mount Cock is better.
Mount Cock, yeah. I actually like Paracox Plus because
Yeah.
it's 2 penises.
It's
Yeah.
like yeah,
And
I was
something
thinking
extra.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of parachuting penises,
Okay.
like a
That
parachute,
works.
like a
also fun.
paratrooper.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a good logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parachuting penises.
Yeah, that's a
Just
weird look.
flip that peacock upside down.
And
it's a parachute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
And it's parachuting down onto the mountain of the Paramount logo. And then Indiana Jones picks his hat up.
Yeah.
And it's filled with penises.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Ugh, these damn cocks are getting everywhere. You know?
This promo writes itself.
Yeah. They belong in a museum. Sorry. Can we get to actual content
Yes,
of this
we can.
podcast?
I see.
I appreciate everybody's wonder. You know, if we did do an hour of a podcast every week, it would be so funny where it's like, hey, we're a third done
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
for just introing and getting into
You know
it.
what we should do? Go back through all our episodes.
Yeah.
Cut it off at 59,
I'm in.
and then just split the next to the next one.
Yeah.
That we've already
And
have.
then all secretly make a pact that when we turn 59, we're done.
What I was going to say, we wouldn't have to record for like the next 4 years.
Yeah.
If we actually spread it out like that.
But Brad, you have something.
I have an idea.
I love that Brad came up with a couple ideas. This is the first one we're going to do.
Yeah.
Love these ideas.
a couple of
They're
the
killer.
ideas we vetoed and we said we're not doing that.
yeah.
Right. I
We
mean,
are
I love
absolutely
them.
not
I just
doing
thought it would ruin us.
Yeah.
He pitched a series.
Yeah.
Like a mini series.
I did.
You were a listener. You need to
you know
understand.
What? I don't know what Ray's going to say, but I assure you I did this.
All I'm going to say is exactly what you pitched to us.
Yep.
You had a PowerPoint. You had us come to your house, sit down. You did have snacks, which I appreciate.
Yes.
You did.
Elote flavored trail mix.
Right. And you also did Prosecco, not champagne, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Who's got that kind of money?
I'm unemployed. Yeah, he's pouring it.
With the napkin over there. Yeah.
Oh, it's paper towel. It's bounty paper towel.
So your pitch was a mini series on Funbearable, and viewer listener understand this was a pitch you made. You said it was a 5-episode mini series.
I said only 5. Yes.
You showed clips from the show that was on like TLC or something. You know how it's made. You know that show that people like fell asleep to.
Yes.
With the narrator, and you just wanted to do how hot dogs are made.
Yeah. 5 episodes.
5 episodes.
There's-
And
there's
I was
a-
like, honestly, I think there's an episode of information here, not 5. And you were like, oh, you don't know how many hot dogs there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know,
Red snappers.
You got to take it all the way from, cradle to grave, as it
Man.
were.
Yeah.
I feel bad sometimes for judging Brad with the hot dogs. You know why? Because I love a hot dog.
Yeah, they're a treat. If they were here right now, I'd be like, ooh, a hot dog.
Oh,
you
fuck,
know?
yeah. Especially if you have a Spike's hot dog, Spike's Junkyard
Oh,
Dogs.
sure, yeah.
Oh,
Chicago dogs are my favorite. I love a Chicago dog.
yeah. I love a Chicago dog.
Yeah.
But it's just like for me, I think my top has got to be barbecue sauce, cheese, and bacon.
It's good.
There you go.
That's my top.
I just thought about this. Would you ever, if you had a spare hot dog?
Yes.
They do exist, Brad.
To me, a spare hot dog is the same as the band Leftover Crack.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Yeah.
A spare hot dog for you is a backup hot dog.
Yeah.
An
If
emergency
you had a
hot
spare
dog.
hot dog, if you had a hot dog and you're eating this hot dog,
Yes.
and then you have a plain hot dog over here, and you're like at a farm, and you see a horse, or not a horse, a cow,
Yep.
Yeah.
and you're like, look at that cow. Would you be tempted
To feed it.
to hold the hot dog out to the cow and see if the cow eats the hot dog?
I don't know about animals being cannibals. I don't know if that's okay.
Animal cannibals?
I think-
Animal cannibal.
Oh, it's definitely not okay with cows.
Is it okay?
Specifically? No. That's
That's where
what,
mad cow disease comes from. They say.
Yes.
I don't buy it.
Well, in this case,
hang on one second.
sure.
Dr. Staten,
Yes.
where does mad cow disease come from?
I just think if you fed a cow a hot dog, it wouldn't be a mad cow.
I don't. I think.
I don't think so. No.
I think
That's
the
what I'm
issue.
saying. What are we talking about?
Hold on, we're all over the place in this
Yes.
episode.
Yeah,
It
we
is
sure are.
wildly tangential.
Yep.
I will say this: I believe the issue with mad cow, feeding them, is not a cooked and processed thing.
Right.
It's just more like raw crap.
Slurry,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
So. Chuck piggybacking and like cockily being like, yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what my point was.
well, that's what I meant.
Right?
I did my own
yours
research.
was like looking at farmers going, no, you're liars. Like you're a mad cow truther.
Yeah.
Right? I've never seen one. Show me one of these.
They're not really
cows.
mad. Okay.
Actually, you go ahead because I have a question about mad
No,
cows.
please ask.
I just want to know what they do. Like,
Yeah.
what do mad cows do?
How do they exhibit the symptoms of mad cow disease?
Yeah, like what is it?
I don't know. Their brains are broken somehow.
Are they acting
Yeah.
crazy?
I think they go like loopy. I think they probably are like, "Brr," you know what I
probably-
mean, and
probably,
drooly
like,
and
cute.
stuff. It's very cute to watch a cow suffer and die.
I don't know if it
that's
suffers.
That's the first symptom. Is when your cow is extra cute. There's something's wrong with its brain.
Sure.
Not
Yeah,
every
yeah.
crazy person is going to suffer and die. They might just be.
That's a different
little
thing.
kooky.
They call it mad cow disease because one of the symptoms is like their brain goes mush.
Yeah.
You know what
Okay.
I mean?
All right.
Yeah. It's
get
like rabies. Rabies can make an animal act wild,
Right.
and unpredictable.
Yes.
But that's not all rabies does.
But they get that cute foam around their mouth.
Yeah, and
You know
their
what's-
jaw locks
You know
up.
what's interesting
Hydrophobic.
about rabies? Yeah.
Yeah.
The hydrophobic. Have you ever seen a video of someone with rabies and
Yeah.
they try to give them to drink water and they won't?
Video.
Oh, it's crazy.
I've done it.
It's crazy.
I give people rabies.
It's
So
a lot.
let's do the content. This
All right.
episode, this is truly, I think, our most like
Stream of thought?
Yeah, just like bah, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
So the
Yeah.
idea for this actual content
Yes.
came from a conversation several months ago, in which a friend was trying to, cheer me up, and they said, I was lamenting a dating situation or a job situation. At this point, they're all dumb, and they said, "Well, there's other fish in the sea."
Brad Rohr, women are dumb
All of them, women and jobs.
And jobs.
and jobs. Women in jobs. Don't get me started.
They said there are other fish in the sea, and I was like, what a terrible thing to say. Like that does nothing for me. That adds nothing to me.
Yeah.
It's just words.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people speak in cliches, and they're well used idioms, and they give the appearance of wisdom, but they only do that because we're familiar with them. We know what they're supposed to mean. They are shorthand.
I agree.
But because they have been used so much and so often and for so long, they no longer carry the same weight that they once did.
Oh, sure. I think cliches like that, like idioms that you're talking about, are largely empty.
Yes.
We find out what they mean when we're like kids or whatever, and then we just repeat that thing, and the original seed of that meaning is gone.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Well, that's the thing is like, it's funny because I actually thought about this a lot with like song lyrics.
Yes.
I think sometimes song lyrics will just depend on like a well-known phrase that they then kind of change a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's funny because the only appeal this has is that everyone knows this phrase. Like, just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a fish in
Right.
the sea or whatever. It's funny because I'm like, that's kind of thin sometimes.
Yes.
Unless if it's beautiful and poetic, that's one thing. But like, there's other fish in the sea is not beautiful or poetic in any way.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, and so
Unless you're a dolphin,
right. And you're going to
Yeah. Thank God.
then it means different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
So with that in mind, I thought, we're culture setters. We're on the cutting edge of things. What better?
We're edge cutters.
Yes. What?
That's a very different thing. That's when you refuse to orgasm while you cut yourself.
Oh no. Well, two of us are.
Okay. All right. fair.
with that in mind, I thought maybe we could update some cliches.
Yeah.
And, maybe the Fun Bear universe could start using these things and they
Yeah,
come
get 'em
into
into
popular culture.
circulation.
Yeah.
And, just really look to improve, not only culture, but like a specific person's day. If they're having a bad day
Yeah.
and you come in with one of these new phrases,
Especially if ours are beautiful or poetic.
Right.
which I'm sure they are.
How do we get ours to big idiom?
I think
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they take it on board. Maybe we see like
I'm pretty
a
sure-
royalty off of every usage.
I'm pretty sure the Oxford English Dictionary is a Fun Bear.
Okay, the OED.
Yeah. And so we'll be in there. Like,
they
Run
big
by
idiom?
Fun Bears, or are they?
I think we need to talk to the Oxford English thesaurus.
oh, okay.
So
The OET.
my question,
Ah.
not my question, my observation is it's an interesting thing. A few years ago in the podcast, Ray came on the Chuck and Brad podcast, our previous podcast, and we all talked about PETA's list
Oh, that's right.
because they wanted to
Yeah, I
anything that
hated it.
involved an animal.
Yeah.
They were like, this is somehow damaging to animals.
Yeah.
Right. Rather than kill two birds with one stone, you should say feed two birds with one scone.
Right.
Right. And so that, which I loved. I love that stuff. And we played with it a lot. And it's funny, it's just a coincidence that we just re-released that episode on the Funbearable feed. It's episode 84B, the Ghostbusters Pitch Doctors.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's funny because Brad had pitched this idea
Yeah.
before we were like, oh, let's put this one up. And then
Yeah.
I listened to it. And I'm like, this is very, very similar. So it's kind of like we've had this trend for a while. We were inspired by PETA. We don't think they're great. Their ideas were great. So we want to provide better examples for meat eaters of all kinds.
Okay. I realized at the end of what you said, I couldn't say yes and I couldn't say no.
Right.
So I went with okay.
So basically,
And I gave you a little star.
basically,
yeah.
I found 10 cliches or idioms. I sent them to Chuck and Ray, and I said,
Yes.
let's come up with, each of us comes up with a new version of each of these sayings, and we'll discuss it and debate it, and maybe get them into the public sphere, and maybe maybe Ray has one that's, a Fun Bear likes, and maybe Chuck has, for the same expression, he has a different phrase that a different Fun Bear likes, and
Yeah.
we're just trying to enrich the language.
Yes.
I think is what it comes down
And it's
to.
a fun little, like, let's bring our funnies to the table.
Well, I'll say this: I don't know that any of mine are funny.
Uh-oh.
Like looking,
You're
through
living
it,
into that Brad is boring
yeah,
stereotype.
I have one that I'm like, this will get a giggle, and everything else I'm like, no, I'm really taking this seriously.
I have some that I've had I'm like I workshopped it. Here's my ideas.
Yeah.
And then also some that I'm like, this is what I think is pretty good. Do you guys have any ways to improve
Yeah.
it?
Cool. I think this is good, and I think the key thing is already like we're rolling smooth. We had a nice tight intro into this thing.
Nice tight 17-minute
I'm having
intro
like
to the
an
episode.
existential crisis of
Well-
like for how long it's taken to get here.
well, we're ready.
It's not your fault. It's not my fault. We're just kind of. It's all of our
Just
faults
goofing.
together. I
Just
think.
goofing.
Did you say the
Yeah.
name of the game?
Yeah, you got to say the name.
Yeah, here we go. You should be Cli-Shamed.
There we go.
So we're going to go through one by one, come up with new versions of different cliches, and just spread the wealth. So
Yeah.
without more ado, I will start.
That wasn't an admonishment.
No, it's all
by
right.
the way.
Yeah.
It was like we're all in it
We're
together.
silly
kind of
boys.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want that to feel. I don't want you to feel like I accused you.
No, we're good. We're
Chuck
good.
Hughes.
And you, Chuck Hughes.
Oh boy, please don't turn that
There's
into
a new one.
Yes.
Chuck said the following things. Which of them is a crime?
Number one, there are other fish in the sea. It means it's okay to miss this opportunity. Others will arise.
Interesting. I thought it was. Well, that's okay. Go ahead.
The new version I came up with was, hey, they're coming out with new Oreos like every week. So
I like- yeah.
if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
miss
yeah.
a job
You've
opportunity
modernized it.
or a relationship opportunity,
Yeah,
there's a lot of new Oreos out there, guys.
Let's see.
I like that.
Ray, what do you have for there are
so-
other fish in the sea?
You wrote there are other fish in the sea,
Yes.
and I believe it should be plenty of fish in the sea.
Right.
There are
Oh,
plenty of fish.
yeah,
In
I
fact, that's
see.
why the dating
Plenty of
fish.
site
Yeah.
is plenty of fish.
Yeah.
Because other fish, like imagine the dating site being otherfish.com.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, if you're rejected from plentyoffish.com.
Yeah, and this is tough because the phrase of like, oh, there are plenty of fish in the sea, it
Right.
just means there's a plethora of things. You will catch another.
Yes.
That's basically what
Yes.
it's going for. But coming up with a thing, I just sort of threw a bunch of stuff at it because
Perfect.
it's too all encompassing.
Right.
There's too many options. So there are more pigs in the poke,
Ooh.
more cows in the barn,
Yep.
more cars on the lot, More candy in the bowl, Halloween edition.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
More gifts under the tree, Christmas edition.
Yeah, good thinking.
More mouths on the gift horse, insane edition.
Yes.
That's funny. That's great.
So you have options.
So I kind of I thought a similar thing, and the first one I came up with was there's more kids in the playpen, which I'm like, no, that's not good.
No, I don't like
That's
that one
for
at
a
all.
specific group of people. Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, that's not, maybe that one's not going to fly. And then I thought, like, sometimes you're kind of like, oh, like life is tough, you're negative. And so I put, there's more trash in the dumpster because like, oh, these pieces of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds bad.
And then I was thinking about like things that they're like, they might be good, they might be bad. And I thought about like those vending machines where you get the little things. And I put, there's more plastic balls in the vending machine, but like, I don't think that one's really translatable. It's just weird. Plastic balls is weird.
Yeah.
There's more shoes at the shoe store, but I think that one's a little.
This is what I'm saying. Like it just becomes like you could say there's more soup on the shelf.
And then,
And
then my next one was there's more entrees at Chili's, but like that one's weird.
yeah.
Yep.
There's
And then-
more pumpkins in the patch.
So the one I settled on was
Also
like
Halloween
great.
edition.
I put there's more pigs in the pile.
Wow.
Pigs in the poke, pigs in the pile.
All
That's
right.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's weird because like initially,
but it also means like
yeah.
these women are pigs. You know what I mean?
That's why I thought of it.
I'll say this. It's not gender specific.
Right. Yeah.
But when
These men are pigs.
when I initially thought of it, I'm like, there's more microplastic in the ocean, and I'm like, no, that's sad.
That's like my garbage in the dumpster.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
That's true. So I think
There's more cancer in your bones.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
that's not good.
No, that's
Yeah,
bad.
it's hurtful. It's,
Yeah.
my
Not at all.
bones.
But yeah, the idea of, somebody comes to you, they're lamenting the end of a relationship or a job search or whatever, and you
Yeah.
can say like, hey, there are other pigs in the poke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, I feel better now. And then you walk away and you hear a lone gunshot. And then you shrug and you go, there are more pigs in the pile.
And then you go, it's one less pig in the poke.
That pig got poked. Put it on the pig pile.
Next expression we're coming up with a new version of is when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Which often gets hyper shortened to just when in Rome.
Right.
Yes.
So when you're in a new place, adapt to their customs. Don't expect them to adapt to your customs.
Interesting.
I like a high stakes situation and somebody going when in Rome and then someone else, like let's say it's like a 80s action movie.
Right.
And someone says that and then the hero, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, has never heard the phrase before.
Oh,
and
that's
he's
very
like,
fun.
Then what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in Rome. What do I do? You know, that kind of thing. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. What's your new take on?
My new take on when in Rome, do as the Romans do is if you're on Fire Island, lube up that butt.
Jesus Christ! It's
That was the
it's
only one.
somehow homophobic and
awful.
like weird.
Yes.
Yeah, and clunky. I like
Yes,
it.
none of it's good.
Went on Fire Island, lube
I
up
don't think
that
it's
butt.
homophobic. I'm thinking this applies to all genders. No?
Well, Fire Island is
It's notoriously.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Fire Festival. My bad.
No, that's different. You lube up your butt for a different reason there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, oh, this is a bad
Yeah.
deal.
Yep.
No.
What's Fire Island?
It's a like beach area that is known for a lot of gay men to go hang out.
Oh,
there.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Fire Festival. I'm stupid.
That's okay.
I'm glad I didn't put you in charge of booking our tickets to Fire Festival.
Everybody was talking about how bad it was. It was great.
Oh my god!
I had
found
so
myself.
much fun. I mean, there was the guy in Fire Festival who was like, I was going to suck dick for that truck full of bottled water.
Also, when that was in the zeitgeist, it was in the spring, which is when we did room selection, which I was in charge of at the college where I worked, and somebody had made a meme of that guy's face, and then it was like, when you get ready to go into Brad's office to get a better lottery number for room selection, and I was like, I can't interact with this to say like, it's better to have a worse number than to come into Brad's office like that, because I'm like, I don't want to engage with this at all.
Yeah, no.
And then like my boss is like, that's not how we do things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you're just giving it more power.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone.
And then there has to go like a university-wide email that's like, just to be clear, there was some jokes made. No one has offered oral sex or had to do oral sex
Right.
for getting a room change.
Yeah.
but don't ask those people in the triple.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to point
don't
out
ask that one person who's living as a single in a triple.
when in Rome is that it is a tricky one.
Yeah.
Because it means like when you're in this situation, like adapt to it and
Right.
be a part of that.
Yeah.
I did like the idea of a third option with the first two.
Oh, okay.
Plenty of fish, when in Rome.
Yep.
To just switch them. There are other Romans in Rome,
Oh, okay.
and when in the sea, swim as the fish do.
Ooh,
Okay.
that sounds like something Alaska Ray would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I have this kind of sums up the same idea.
Yeah.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine is you don't order sushi in Nebraska.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
good.
not bad.
Yeah, very good.
That's not bad.
That's all right.
It's tough though.
I
because,
feel like we're all going to turn into Jerry Seinfeld in this episode because
Yeah.
we're doing like these type of word jokes, right?
I like that. Can I give a small criticism?
Yeah.
I think there are two sides of when in Rome, do as the Romans do. One side of it is like, don't expect them to do something that's outside of wherever you are, which that fits into. But some of it is like, hey, you have to act like them.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That-
You know what I mean?
that's where I only take it as that. Like,
Yeah.
when you're here, do as this is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I mean with you don't order sushi in Nebraska.
Right,
That's
I
not
see.
done here.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
You go with what's here.
Order some runza.
Yeah.
Runza.
Yeah.
I heard if you order sushi, you get the runza.
Yeah.
All right.
Get the runza. It's an Italian man.
Yes.
He's going like this. I got the runza. Get the runza. Hey, abbondanza.
Oh, my anus.
When you're here, you got diarrhea.
I did think when in Rome, attenzione, pick a pocket.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
That's funny. All right, you're here, mine.
Yes, I'd love to.
If you're in the SEAL tank, you best be barking. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
I like the best B.
Well, I think that if you're in the blank, you best be blank. And you could come up with other ones.
Yeah.
Like, watch. Think of...
Think of other animals that are kept in tanks.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be tanks. It could be wherever they are. Or it doesn't have to be animals even. If you're at the construction site, you best be catcalling. No, that's a weird one.
No, I don't think that's a good one.
It's a weird one, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're at the dentist, no, because
Nope.
you wouldn't want to drill if you're the patient.
Best be drilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Best be drooling.
Well, what if you're the dentist?
Yeah. So maybe this only does apply to the
seal
seal tank.
tank.
Well, no. What about have this? If you're in the hamster cage, you get to sip out of that bottle.
No,
of
you're
milk.
losing it. You're losing it.
Seal tank.
It's real wobbly now.
I like seal tank.
I think seal tank's not
Seal,
bad.
Seal Tank 6. Is there something there?
Yeah.
Mark, mark,
That's
mark.
a Simpsons joke where
Yeah.
they're walking by seal tanks and they get to 6 and they're
and
all
it's-
like decked out as
yeah.
Marines
Oh,
or something.
Oh yeah.
Seals, I mean.
Yeah.
Navy.
Next up, don't judge a book by its cover,
I got a great one for
which
this.
means a person or thing may look one way on the outside, but be different on the inside.
Yes.
And I just updated it for modern times. Don't judge a fast food burger by its picture on the menu board.
Very good. Very good.
You go to a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
Beautiful food up on the menu board, and then you get
Glistening,
it.
glamorous hot dog.
Yes.
Shiny and damp. Oh, the way I love it.
It's been on rollers for hours.
Can you say it again?
Rolling.
Don't judge a fast food burger by its picture on the menu board.
I think you can just. I think you could just shorten it to "Don't judge a burger by its picture on the menu."
Yeah, probably.
That probably is a little
Yeah,
bit more
sure.
palatable.
Yeah.
And it makes the same. I think it's pretty
Right.
similar. I know what you're talking about because yours, I think, does work more in contents because in fast food, it's more likely to be presented as better than it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
But I think that maybe
Yeah.
just burger on the menu.
Sure.
Yeah.
I went with updating it for modern times as well.
Nice.
Don't judge a book by its cover becomes don't judge a movie by its trailer.
Oh, very true.
But even that is, I think, getting out of date. So don't judge a person by their profile.
Okay.
And then even more modern, don't judge a TikTok by its robot lady voice description.
There's a lot
But
of
I
those.
think
funny.
don't judge a movie by its trailer is probably the most
Yeah.
Yeah.
parallel.
Yeah, that's good. So mine, personal experience. Don't judge a kook by his lovers. Because, like, if you met some of my previous lovers and they're fucking insane, I don't want you to judge me.
But they're your lovers.
Well, that's exactly.
This feels like you're building a defense.
Do you know what I mean?
It
though?
does.
Yeah,
It does feel
yeah.
like a
Don't-
preemptive.
All of his new idioms are like, hey, take it easy on guys named Chuck.
But you know what I mean? Don't judge a kook by his lovers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure,
You
know?
sure.
Plus, it's phonetically similar. So that's great.
How many?
I'm gonna be honest, that happens.
How many weird lovers do you have to have before the kook gets recategorized as a creep?
No, well, not a creep. He's just a poor. It's a victim of circumstance.
This completely unknown
Victim
person.
of circumstance.
This hypothetical person that we're talking about who doesn't actually exist.
Chuck Hughes.
Yeah, Chuck Hughes.
I think
Chuck
victim of
Hughes is very
circumstances.
fun.
I think that a lot of times you get into situations you don't know this person, and then all of a sudden the whole.
I don't want to get into a whole thing. But let's just say there is a history just in our current history, right? Like you two have a much longer history, but in our current history, there is a level of Brad and I going, Chuck, don't touch that stove.
Yep.
You will get burned. And then Chuck going, I know what I'm doing. And then months later going, I burned my hand, guys. You won't believe it. I burned my hand.
Hold on. It's different because you.
Why? Why is it different?
Because you might say that I shouldn't
Chuck Hughes.
do a thing for a specific reason. Like, this is why you shouldn't do that. And then I'll put it this way, if you're like, Chuck, you shouldn't, example, like if I'm like, oh, I'm going to go bang an 80-year-old lady, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't think you should do that.
I don't think you should do that, and I don't think you should refer to it as banging.
Well,
You should be more gentle.
Yeah.
well, that's the thing. Is like, if then I'm driving there and I get hit by a car and I die, it's not fair to be like, well, Ray told him not to bang that lady. It's too different.
I agree with that. Yeah,
But it's like a lot of the people that are.
unfortunately, that just doesn't apply
See,
to the
if-
situation.
I think it does.
If you
Okay.
had driven more slowly, that accident wouldn't have been fatal.
I had a pretty crazy situation recently.
Speed limit, Chuck.
All the stuff that happened recently with my craziest situation,
Yes.
none of that could have been predicted.
No.
You know what I mean? And that was the worst of the worst. Threatening to have sex with my boss, lying about.
I don't want to get into.
You know what I mean?
the
Though it's like
details of
none of this
personal
stuff is
stuff.
real
I'm
though.
judging-
It's not-
Also,
it's
you
not-
said you didn't want to bring up what Brad had done.
Yeah.
So
but like, it's different. If,
Also, I don't know that Ray is your boss.
in the bedroom,
but it's like that's one of those things where it's like
I wear that shirt that says CEO.
you just don't judge a kook by his lover.
All
Okay,
right.
all
I
right,
won't.
fine,
I won't.
fine.
I won't.
Can I just straight up judge the kook?
Yes.
Now you're talking.
Keep the lovers out of it.
not just by the kook's lovers.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything about the kook, of which the lovers
Yeah.
are a piece.
By the way, did you have a trouble getting away from the rhyme aspect of all this stuff?
No.
Because everything, I'm like, oh, I want to make it rhyme with the original phrase so bad.
I could see the temptation there.
And I
yeah.
think it was from the PETA list.
Oh,
Because the
yeah, the
PETA list is
bird
100% rhyme.
which is not the pedo list. That's very different.
Yeah.
They took, I feel like the PETA list is like, the rhyme is more important than the message.
Yeah.
And I feel like that bled into my brain like the Venom symbiote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire. You know?
You're dancing.
Yeah.
That's a kook.
Yep.
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
You judging him by Mary Jane?
Well, he slept around.
Yeah.
West
Next cliche.
Yes, my favorite one.
Everything happens for a reason. So my alternate, when you are tempted to say everything happens for a reason to someone, say nothing. Don't say anything. Keep your mouth shut.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. Did you want to send that clip to like a therapist, a doctor, a priest, or anybody else?
It's our group therapist.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Mine is a little more detailed. Everything happens for a reason. So my version is this. As every choice ricochets off another, and we are lost in an ever-expanding sea of chaos with no order, except that this chaos and chance will deliver unknowable sorrow and joy. The universe knows nothing of your pain and love. It is unswayed by feelings or desires. The universe can follow no path, instead knowing only how to erode them or obliterate them entirely without intent or any thought at all. It has no plan, no great divinity, only the small comfort of knowing it is chaos. A third celestial body unraveling the orbits of objects around it and them to each other. Perhaps the hardest part to fathom, to reckon with and accept, is its absence of reason. It is madness without malice. And so in this maelstrom of destruction and decay, take joy in the brief moments when, despite these currents that can rip us to shreds and dash our fragile hopes against the jagged reality of the absence of meaning, that in this there is also beauty and love and joy, just as equally untethered by planning or reason. God laughs when we make plans, but there is no God, and the laughter can only be our own. So join the chorus and make meaning where you can. Find love in whom you may. Build a life with heart and purpose, but know that it too will wear away in time. to give way to others building theirs. Know this truly. One must be unmoored to float freely in rough seas. It is better to bend than to break against these forces, to allow them to give you shape. Their scars become your armor. The only certainty in something happening is that it has happened. It owes nothing more and nothing less to the universe or to you. What has been will always be. What will be has always been. In this, only you can be changed. I think I'm becoming the Joker.
So a little longer than everything happens for
I
a
have a
reason.
wicked similar one though.
Oh, very
Also-
nice. Yours
also-
is just, I'm the
Hold on.
Joker.
It's bad shit can be on the way to good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like that was Dr. Manhattan from The Watchmen.
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
This was maybe Rorschach from The Watchmen.
Yeah, closer.
Sure, yeah.
I do have some other ones though.
Yeah.
All right, so everything
it's-
happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
Fate knows one road, and you're still on the ride. That's not bad.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay.
Yep.
I don't like ride. I wish ride was different.
Yeah.
But fate knows one road means like, hey, this is how it has to go to get. If you and this one isn't real, but I kind of like it. It sounds like it's almost one of these. It's a phrase that would trick dumb people into thinking it makes sense, but it doesn't actually. It's not great.
Oh, all right. I'm ready to be tricked.
If you haven't won, the story isn't done. Oh. Right? That could trick a dumb guy. And then I had without the night, there is no sunrise. Not bad.
Every rose has a thorn.
Yeah.
And then I put without the night, there's no new day.
And then you said New Day rocks.
Yeah. That's what I got.
I like it.
Yeah.
I did want to point out, like, that was all my own writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not
was
stolen
AI.
from Dr. Manhattan.
That was it was not like a selection from something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured
and
it
I
wasn't.
do think it mirrors what I think. But anyway, I did want to point out what it reminded me of was a wonderful poem, a very short poem by Stephen Crane. It is one of my favorite pieces of poetry. Doesn't rhyme. It so badly wants to be like a haiku. That's how short this is. A man said to the universe, "Sir, I exist. However," replied the universe, "the fact has not created in me a sense of obligation." Right?
Yeah.
It's fun. Anyway,
fun.
it's a good time. And yeah.
I mean, Saint Kelsey of Jetty Bones has a song called Reason, and let me see here. Don't say it. Everything happens for some damned reason when you try to reason with it. And everything bad gets called a season, but the four repeat, so I implore you not to imply that it'll happen again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's my girl.
I think everything happens for a reason is like it's a comforting thing for some situations, but it is difficult because it's like it's one of those sayings that it's supposed to comfort you.
Right.
Very similar to like, well, that just wasn't God's plan for you. And to me, I'm like, that's it's so brush-offy.
It's tough.
yeah.
What I like more in that direction is just the idea, because there's this like proverb that was called, man, what's the proverb called? We talked about it one time recently, where basically it's about a guy. It's like an old Chinese proverb, and he's in the army or in the collected military, and he breaks his leg, and so he's no longer able to take part. Oh, it's called "We'll See." And someone says like, "Oh man, I'm really sorry that you don't get to be with your guys, and you were training, and you don't get to go do the thing." And he says, "We'll see." And then they all go to war, and they all die. And someone says, "Wow, it's really lucky that you weren't in that amount of people." Blah blah. And he says, "We'll see." And then it flips to good, and it keeps flipping
Yeah,
from good
yeah.
to bad.
Yeah.
And I think that that's more of a thing for me that I really buy, where it's like when bad things happen, you don't know what the echo effects of that are going to be.
Sure. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's the easiest way to say it is something like, let's say you have like a dream college to get into and you don't get into it.
Yeah.
So you don't move to this place and you stay in this place, and then you meet the love of your life.
Sure.
Or you get your dream job or whatever.
So would it be easier to just sort of shrug and go sliding doors?
Yeah,
right?
that's what
Like,
it is.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
I've said, and it's in one of the Stephen King Dark Tower books, like all things serve the beam, is the expression from the book. And so I've said that, but
You
it's
said that coaching just gymnastics
yeah,
a lot.
all things serve the beam.
Yeah.
Like no floor routine, no pommel horse.
Yeah.
Serve the beam.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's punishment when they're late for practice. I don't know.
I like that.
Next up, I closed the wrong thing. Next up, blood is thicker than water. Now, the etymology on this is the original expression was the blood of a covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, meaning an agreement you make with someone is more important than just being tied to someone via family. However,
That's
weird.
ironic.
it got
yeah.
shortened, and
It
it now
flipped.
means the exact opposite. And
Right.
people think that it means, and you know, it does mean. I shouldn't say people
Yeah,
think
once
that it
the
means.
collective thing is like, that's what the phrase means, that's what it means. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So
wow.
I
like the original one better than the other one.
Yeah.
Sure, but I don't think a lot of people will say it. You know
Right,
what
no.
I mean? Like your uncle's not going to go, "Hey, the blood of a covenant is thicker than the water of
right,
the womb."
right, because even like I'm a pretty nerdy, pedantic guy, and I would feel uncomfortable saying that to someone. Like,
Yeah.
if Chuck's like, "Well, I told Ray we would podcast, but I got my brother's birthday party," and I'd be like, "Hey, the blood of a covenant is thicker than the water."
I
of
think you can only say it if you're holding a sword.
yeah, probably.
You know?
Well,
Yeah,
I often am.
blood is thicker than water also annoys me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, it's water.
Yeah.
Like water doesn't.
That's what I thought.
In this, water doesn't relate to like friends or people you know that aren't family.
That's what I was
Right.
thinking
You
last
know?
night. I was
Yeah.
like, well, why is blood compared to water? What is water? And
Yeah.
I feel the same way last night. When I was,
You,
So-
you should say like blood is thicker than semen.
because that's just
I thought about like viscosity references on this, like
Yeah.
especially my the
thicker. I see.
I say running a joke.
I like how you were doing the math while he was saying that, and then you went, "Oh, thicker."
Because I was concentrating on the water and the blood,
Yeah.
not the thickness.
I was
Yeah.
I was thinking because
Two C's.
we made the joke in Christmas Cake with the Planiac. I talked about like my Christmas food is basically like egg noodles, chicken, and like
Thick water.
Thick water,
And-
yeah.
And so I was like, could I do something with that? I couldn't get to it. So my new
would be
saying for blood is thicker than water is, as they say at the gathering, family, family,
That's
family.
good. I like that.
That's an Insane Clown Posse reference for those of you out there who don't know what the gathering is.
And you said they were famously. You said that the Insane Clown Posse. Your issue with the ICP is that they're just too insane.
Yeah.
And you would be more down with like a kooky clown posse.
Yeah, but
Quirky.
That's
clown.
kind of what we have.
but I'm not gonna judge them by their lovers.
Yeah. We do often spray Fago at each other.
Yeah.
But that's off mic, off camera.
Yeah,
That's for fun.
I had they're my Fago friends for a while, and I'm like, I don't like that.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Fago for my real friends. Fake go for my fake friends. No. Anyway, what I came up with for this was
Blood
just
is
like,
thicker than water. Yep.
how do we represent this? It's a kind of annoying thing. So I just went with a tree is strongest at its roots.
That's good.
Ooh, Alaska Ray.
A tree is strongest at its roots.
Yeah.
That is good. That is good.
You know, you may grow and branch out to other people. That's never going to be as strong as the roots.
That's
in
good.
The soil.
Yeah.
I'll you know what?
And the soil is fed with the blood of patriots.
Yes. Oh no! Stop!
And we have
Stop
to,
at the roots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will adopt that. It's good.
Thank you very much.
Fago!
We do it at
My
the end
eyes,
of
my
episodes.
eyes!
Whenever we finish an episode, that's how we celebrate. Like when like a NASCAR race is over
Yeah.
and they spray, or Formula
Yeah.
51.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, Formula 1.
Yep.
Formula 51 is a cleanser.
Formula 51 is when aliens race.
I thought Formula 51 was a cleaner.
I think it's 409.
Formula 409.
Yeah. Well, you can tell days where we film episodes back to back because the second one we're like just sticky and
Sticky and
covered in-
drenched. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why every episode costs so much money, is because we replace all of the equipment.
Yes.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Everything's filled with strawberry soda.
The camera repair guy.
Soak it in rice, guys.
What is it? What is that?
It's root beer.
Oh,
Right.
A tree is strongest at its roots. Pretty good.
Blood is thicker than water. Water. I'm going with obviously the actual meaning of that, which is the family thing, not the original meaning, which I like better.
yeah.
Shared DNA is the only way. Pretty weird,
Oh no.
right?
I feel like you say that stepping out of an alley.
I hate that one.
Share DNA is the only way, and you got to do the hand with the finger. It's the only way.
Hate it.
And then I have another one. I don't love this one. Not as good as the first one.
Not as good.
Uh-oh.
A friend is a friend, and like family is like a super friend. You know what I mean? Because that one's not great. It doesn't really make a ton of sense. It does get the message across.
It does. It does get the message across. Yeah.
By the way, I'd like to read
I feel like some of these, like you could make Kermit the Frog shake his head in like frustration.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like he's sitting up on that wall in Sesame Street and he's explaining this to you and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. So it's like a friend is a friend, but family's like a super friend. And Kermit would just shake his head a little.
Yeah, okay, I guess you're right. All right. You could look at that way.
So let me, I want to tell you about So,
Fozzie, next segment.
so Brad and I are going to Canada this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be nice to get my car detailed before we go, like
It
clean.
is very nice.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
I
very
like to
nice.
do that like once a year.
Right.
Especially after snow.
But you're paying Brad to do it, which is weird. $10. Like a stepson.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to get like packages and packages and packages of M&M minis.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I hope I don't spill them.
On the dash.
Oh, yeah.
So they go in the vents.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
This is a real text.
I'm gonna keep them in the gas tank.
My mom just texted me this, not to be funny at all. This
Okay.
is what she really texted me because she's the person that found the car detailing person because she does it once in a while. She wrote, "Hi, honey, your car may take a little longer because of the pet hair. He seemed surprised when I told him you don't have a pet. Oh well." I'm not even joking.
That's insane. That's insane.
No.
What
Also,
on
I
earth?
thought you did a much better job cleaning up, when you had, let's say, something wrapped in an old rug in the back.
Yeah.
That's DNA, and that's not good to share. Okay.
That's the only way.
Oh, only way. Yeah.
So, isn't that weird?
Yes,
it is very weird. Yeah.
I don't know what he's referring.
Yeah. I like in my life, if I got that text, I'd have to think about that.
Yeah.
And for you in your life, you're like,
It's
just
funny.
another day in the neighborhood.
Yep.
Why are you Mr. Rogers? Shut the fuck up.
That is how I feel. What could that mean?
Yeah.
There's a family of raccoons living in Chuck's car.
What are you gonna do when you're in the seal tank? You best be barking.
It's funny because I got it detailed like a year ago. So
Yeah.
it's like, where did
You
this
should
come
write
from?
that back to someone. You should write that back to her. Like, went in the seal tank. And I bet she'd be like, yeah, Chucky, okay.
Yeah.
She would 100%.
She would absolutely be
Oh,
okay
this is
with
fun. All right, what's the next?
Such an insane text.
Next one. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, which means be optimistic in the face
I
of
know.
misfortune.
I don't like this one.
You're not gonna like mine.
You're not going to like mine. When
All three of us are like, just shut the podcast.
when things go wrong, save the story for the pod.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that. That applies to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun bear centric.
Yes.
And it's also it is whenever
it's not my last fun bear centric one.
That's fair.
whenever I do go through a crazy thing,
And we often are fun bear tistic.
whenever I do go through a crazy thing, I do always think like, well, at least this will be a funny story
Yes,
when we
yes,
all get
of
together.
course,
You
yeah.
know, I do think that.
Yeah. No, like in stand-up world,
Yeah.
when a show is so bad, when a show is bad or like something it's poorly done or
Yeah.
whatever, something happens, there's a level where it's like, oh, this sucks. And you're hoping, I hope it gets a little suckier because then it's a fun story. For
Yeah.
you. It's a green room story.
Yes.
The worst is when it's bad, but nothing interesting happens.
Yes,
You're like, oh,
yes.
it's just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like I was on stage Saturday night. The show was like meh. They were like super tight. I did a show for Brian Bowden,
Yep.
Friend of the pod. He's been on. Has he been on?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, British Portrayal.
That's right.
Portrayal.
Yeah, when he was blown away with who was British.
Tom Holland. All that stuff.
But we did the show, and like I was throwing out a lot of "this feels like" on stage,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
were laughing. Everything was good, but I was like, this feels like a campaign stop for somebody that pulled out of the race.
Right.
Yeah.
This feels like an AA meeting that won't get started.
Yeah.
And at one point, I said, "This feels like I'm workshopping my suicide note."
Oh, that's great.
And I liked it a lot.
That's great.
And some people really enjoyed it, and then other people were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Anyway, I hate this saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Deeply.
When life gives you lemons, make
Yeah,
lemonade.
but I like your version.
Thank you.
I think that makes sense. The when life gives you lemons thing is so nothing.
Yeah.
That you could even be like, a lemon saved is a lemon earned. More lemons on the tree.
Yeah.
For more, plenty
Yeah.
of fish. So mine is This could be like a bumper sticker for a guy. If the shit hits the fan, be the fan.
Ooh,
That's good.
That's you know what? Beep boop 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 boop.
Merriam-Webster?
Joe Rogan.
Wait. Wait, why did I call the dictionary? You called Joe Rogan.
Well, I just feel
You're
like
for bros.
I
It's a
feel-
bro-y
I feel like
statement.
be the fan.
Yeah.
Is a thing that would you
Yeah.
know, like that's
I am the
that's
man who knocks.
that's
Yeah.
where it
Similar.
that's where it lands.
Yeah.
What did you have for when life gives you lemons, make lemonade?
Well, here's just a rudimentary one.
Okay.
If the car breaks down, you get to call out of work. There's a bright side.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. When your house is burning down, at least roast a marshmallow.
All right, you know what?
Yeah, that's closer.
That's
That is
closer to the
closer. Yeah,
spirit of
yeah.
when life gives you lemons.
And then I have this one, which is like it's fun.
You know what? Instead of marshmallow, could we say hot dog?
Yeah, we sure
Yeah.
can.
If you have an STD, at least you had sex. Like it's like that.
I got it from a toilet seat.
But now we're talking
Whoa.
about another idiom, which is every cloud has a silver lining.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, similar.
Yeah.
Well, this one is not great, but I think it's fun. I don't think people will say it, even though I think they should.
Uh-oh.
Okay, ready?
This is good.
When a dog bites your penis, that counts as a blowjob. What do you think about that one?
All right, next.
I already went, ugh.
I know, but you think it's like not bad?
Uck. I think uck.
Yeah. And I'm going to add that.
I don't know. It's not bad. If a dog bites your penis,
It's not bad.
that counts as a blowjob.
All right. Well, we'll see if
Also,
you know,
I wouldn't want to count it as a blowjob. If a dog bit my
You're
penis,
like,
I
"Oh,
wouldn't be like,
this is-"
ha ha, joke's on you, dog. You blew me. And I'm going to tell everybody. And
Me
the
and
dog's
Brad-
like, I didn't know I didn't.
Me and Brad had the biggest fight because he said a dog.
Because he wouldn't bite your
No,
penis.
'cause he said a dog gave this soccer player a blowjob.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
It was on like episode 3 of the Chuck and Brad podcast. So a story of like an Australian rules football player or rugby player got kicked off the team because he had taken lewd photos where he had like put peanut butter on his genitals, like
Oh, no.
as a goof, and the dog licked it off. And Chuck was like, a dog can't give a blowjob because of its beak.
Well, you know what I mean? It's too long.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
All right, enough. That's it. That's all you're going to say.
Emphasis on mean. I know what you mean.
So the next
I know what you are communicating.
Thank you.
So
I
the
feel
next cliche, I don't have a good one for this, but a penny saved is a penny earned, meaning money saved now can be money spent later.
Now, I never liked this.
Yeah,
I
I-
never liked it because it doesn't make sense.
No, I wrote down don't be so American on account of our spendthrift. Nope. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Spendthrift, yeah.
No, Spendthrift means you're cheap.
Yeah.
He means the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, the other way.
Yeah,
Like
we're
he's
spending like crazy.
consumerist?
Yeah, our consumerist American capitalist attitude.
Yeah.
So don't be so
Our
American.
unbridled spending.
yes.
That's my new wedding dress shop.
Yes. we're barking in the seal tank whether we have the money or not.
Right,
We
right.
put the bridle in unbridled spending.
Yeah, and it's a horse.
Which would be really
Yeah.
weird.
It's a horse with a bridle.
Yep.
Yeah.
I never liked it because to me the idea of like, oh, a penny saved is a penny earned. It's like, no, you already earned it when you got the penny.
Right.
So it's already earned.
Right.
Even if you spend it, it was earned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So earning, that's my issue with that, right? Anyway,
So that's why we need to update these
Yeah.
idioms and expressions.
this one doesn't work. I have two options.
Okay.
I don't like this one. An empty plate feeds no one.
I,
If you spend it all, you don't have it. And we're getting into grasshopper and the ant
well,
territory.
an empty plate feeds no one to me is the idea of like, I've worked so hard, like I'm tired out. I can't, like it's the same as do your oxygen mask first.
Yeah. I get where
can't-
you're going.
Can't get water from an empty glass, something like that.
So here's mine, and it's updated.
Okay.
I've basically just taken this silly thing and updated it. It's basically just save money and then you'll have money.
Yeah.
That's basically all it's saying.
Yeah.
But mine's more fun now.
good.
This is probably the most Chuck one that I have.
Oh, good.
there
You're
we
gonna
go.
love it. You ready?
Yeah.
A hundy in the hand is a penny in the pocket.
That's good.
It's a good expression.
A
Yeah.
honey in the hand is a penny in the pocket.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then somebody goes, "What?" And you go, "A honey in the hand is." And then you're saying, "Did you say honey or hundy?" Oh, sorry. A hundy in the hand is a penny in the pocket. And you just keep saying it until their nose bleeds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Chuck, what do you have for a penny saved is a
Well,
penny earned?
I actually think the phrase is, I don't think it's a great phrase, but I do think it makes sense where it's kind of like like you have, let's say you have $5 from whatever reason, and you are deciding to spend it. Deciding not to spend it is a version of actually, like basically one of the things that we've actually talked about in terms of money saving is the idea of like right now, like let's say you have a thing that that is worth $1,000. It's like, well, if you didn't have that thing, would you pay $1,000 for it right now? And if the answer is no, then you should sell it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And which is kind of similar. Obviously, that's not a good phrase.
Yeah, it's like a hundy in the hand.
Well, I got
Thank you.
keep it in your pocket, not out on a toy rocket. I went with rhyming.
Yeah, I noticed.
Didn't a judge say that to you?
He said, "Keep your toy rocket in your pocket."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also,
Also,
why are there fins on it?
yeah, that's true.
And I just want to preface the next one. I did not come up with a good one for the next one. I feel
next-
really guilty about it.
The next
I
one,
couldn't think of a good one.
We have
That's okay.
Boys Will Be Boys.
I feel like this one is just so difficult.
Yeah.
Because it's so boiled down to a thing is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's all
so
it means.
boiled
That's
down.
all it means.
It is-
and
it is-
not to spoil things, but like, Boys Will Be Boys is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It is not
It's
surprising
also misogynistic.
when males behave in rough or improper ways.
Yeah, and I think it's just become like a weird thing. Like, there's that. It's akin to like locker room talk.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah.
Boys will be boys.
My updated version of Boys Will Be Boys. Fun Bear is gonna fun bear.
Okay,
true, sure.
All right, yeah.
Fun Bear centric.
So it's like players gonna play.
Yeah,
haters
yeah.
gonna hate.
Right.
Boys are gonna boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Girls are gonna girl.
Yep. I think Boys Are Gonna Boy is a better version of Boys Will Be Boys.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I have, and I think this sums up kind of where we came with this. Your Honor.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Right,
good.
it's kind
Yeah.
of the same thing.
That's good.
Then I have boy crimes mean good times.
I agree
But
with
that, I
that.
was just thinking about the fact that we have boy crimes and everything. And then Boys Will Be Boys. This is my cowboy version of Boys Will Be Boys.
Ooh,
It
okay.
is what it is. Like,
Yep.
this thing is going to be this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It won't be something else. It'll be this thing. A cowboy would spit some chew and then fix his hat and look at you and go, an asshole can't whistle.
Oh, okay. All right. I see.
Right?
That's not bad.
You know?
I don't think
or
that's bad.
you could extend it. An asshole can't whistle no matter how much it puckers.
Oh, that's fun.
You know,
I
and
like
it's
that one.
meaning like, look, it's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
prove
this-
that cowboy wrong.
Yeah.
Whoa, he did it! That cowboy's like, whoa, god damn.
The hat goes straight up in the air. Spins around.
When I think of Boys Will Be Boys, I don't think of it as like I think the later in life sexy stuff, like, sexual misadventures. I think of it as more of like, when you're like a kid and you jump off the roof into the pool. And it's like that's the kind of Boys Will Be Boys I think of. I didn't come up with a good one for this. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't put that much work in. And I came up with Bots Will Be Bots. It's like, all these bots. So annoying.
Yeah, I mean, that's the frustration with this is like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can literally just plug and play any word.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Bananas are going to be bananas.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
The next one, I have a real one that maybe you guys will say, I like this one.
That's good because I don't like mine.
Soup will be soup.
The next one.
Exactly.
The grass is always greener on the other side, meaning other people's lives or things seem better than your own. And I had everything is terrible everywhere.
Okay, yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'd wear that shirt. I have someone else always orders the better dish at a restaurant.
That's good.
Ooh, yeah, they do. It's always Chuck. But to be fair,
It sucks because
I'm ordering off the kids' menu. I'm making them go get me hot dogs.
It means that
trusted the picture of the
I think it's a better example of what it's trying to say.
Yeah.
I think that says more about what the core thing that the idiom is trying to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grass is always greener is like, okay, whatever. But I think, hey, that somebody always orders a better dish at the restaurant.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a clunkier thing to say.
Yeah.
Right.
It's more accurate, but longer to say.
Yeah.
I have one that I think it does rhyme with it, but I think it actually does make sense. And I even think the rhythm of it is good. It kind of rolls off the tongue. The glass is always cleaner on the windows next door.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it's like, it's the exact same
Yeah,
thing.
right.
The
Yeah, yeah.
grass is always greener on the other side of the
Right.
fence is the same thing.
Yeah.
But it does make sense, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, from here, hey, what the heck?
You know why? I think one fun social experiment for the Fun Bears to do is to start saying like, "Hey, the glass is always cleaner," and like leave it off there. And when somebody's like, "No, the expression is the grass is always greener," be like, "No, it's not."
Yeah, yeah. You'd be like, what
You
are
know
you
what-
talking
just
about?
You know what's funny?
gaslight them.
If
like
I
crazy.
just heard the glass is always cleaner, I would think of the idiom of glass half empty. Glass half full,
Oh, true,
yeah, yeah.
true.
It's cleaner if you're
which would
not
be in
drinking out
our
of it.
second
It might be.
Cli-Shamed. Because there's plenty more of these
yeah.
absolutely dumb sayings.
And
you
I
know?
think when a dog bites your penis, that counts as a blowjob. Is one we should also
No,
say.
no.
We should just say it and see if it catches on.
We'll try it.
And I
It
think
sounds
that
like a defense.
if we promise to say it to 10 people a day, for like a month.
Oh, this is very simple. No.
Just briefly, speaking of promising to say things, so we heard we were watching a thing the other night, and somebody used the word "faboo," like, "Oh, yeah, but you know, my outfit was faboo," or whatever they said. Chuck's like, "We have to start saying faboo. Tell me we're going to start saying it 3 times a week each.
Oh man.
But you have to remind me because I'm going to forget to say faboo."
Did he do the thing where he like hung halfway down off of the top bunk to tell you that?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
we were thumb wrestling.
Yeah.
He was leaning down.
I got bad news for you, Brett. That wasn't a thumb.
Oh no. But I won.
What the hell?
It counts as a hand job. It counts as a hand job.
In your face down there.
Oh, sorry. I got it in your face.
Your
down
own
there.
game turned against you.
So yeah.
I'll say this:
Faboo.
he's right, but Brad has said more faboo more times to strangers than I have.
I said faboo yesterday.
Yeah, there you go.
I like faboo.
Yeah. It's fun because it also reminds me of like Fubar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucked up beyond all recognition.
Yep.
I like
But Faboo is like the other side.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
It's great.
Yeah.
I think it's short for fabulous.
Or what if it's somebody
You think it's short for fabulous?
I think so.
what if it's somebody trying to like be like, you know, hey, yeah, I slept with my stepmother, but that's not
Ooh.
taboo. That's faboo.
I like that. See?
Or what if it's like a
Don't judge a kook by his lovers.
what if a ghost, and I'm talking just like classic sheet with whole eye holes.
Yeah. Yep.
What if a ghost was on Drag Race?
Yeah.
Or
You
not
get
Drag
it.
Race. What is it called?
Yeah.
Is it Drag Race?
No, RuPaul's Drag Race.
RuPaul's Drag
Yeah,
Race.
yeah, yeah.
That would be a faboo,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that's fun.
A fab boo.
Boo. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Just going back to judging a kook by its lovers.
oh no, don't do it.
No, you know what? I don't want to do it. I
What
don't
were we
wanna
gonna
do
say?
No.
it. We've
you
talked
brought it
about
up.
we've talked about Jared Fogle so much on this podcast.
Oh no.
But
that
Chuck-
guy
Chuck's-
legally is
would you
not a
call him
kook.
lovers?
He's way up higher.
Chuck's
yeah,
o-
that's not a lover either.
Chuck's okay with him.
Would you call the dog that bit
Yes.
the dick a lover?
Yeah, he would. This guy doesn't know what the fuck.
This guy's a real creep.
He called it a blowjob.
Yes. All right. One final updated cliche for our Fun Bears to start using. We referenced "it is what it is." This is one of my
worst one.
least favorite
Me
expressions.
too. I hate this one too.
And you know what sucks? I say it. I will say it, but I never say it like to someone who's complaining about something or
Right.
something going on. I don't go, "Hey, it is what it is." I'll more say it applying to my own shit. You know what I mean? Like something's going on. It's like, well, it is what it is. We just got to do it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a comedy thing in my work is you know, this kind of specific situation.
Yep.
It to me always implies like this is how the game is played, or this is how the structure works. This
Right.
is what this thing is. This is how it works, and you just got to do that.
I think I say instead of that to mean the exact same thing. I say it's tough. I think that's what I say. That
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It is what it is, and it's tough.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I feel like I didn't hear this expression until I moved out to New England. Like I don't remember hearing this once
I'll say
in like
this.
Arkansas or Indiana.
I do think it's been more popularized in the last decade or so than
Yes.
before that.
Yeah.
and for me personally,
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it might have had to do with more of the time period
Right.
than the move.
And it's
We absolutely have to do another episode of this, by the way, because so many idioms have come up in this conversation.
Right.
Oh,
I
for
was just
sure.
thinking same shit, different day.
Oh, there's a million.
And we definitely need to fix same shit, different day.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
know?
agree. Because the shit.
What if you're a plumber?
I think
and
it's
also,
referenced-
That's different shit
referenced
every
in the
day.
book.
I was gonna say if it was the same shit, it would be worse every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
also, well, like that's a good thing if you're
Although
if you're,
dog
if,
shit
if you're trying to be regular. It's good.
But it's the same shit.
It's not
Yeah.
different.
That's one long Play-Doh factory poop that you do day in and day out.
I don't know.
That's a hell, Brad.
I learned about it from the book Dreamcatcher by Stephen King. One of the characters references that.
And in that case, the shit is the film adaptation of Dreamcatcher.
That's correct.
Because
It's,
yuck on that one.
It's also a song by Kimya. In any event, it is what it is.
Yes.
Trying to come up with a new version of it is what it is. Because it's so
That's the subtitle of this podcast.
yes, it's-
Funbearable. It is what it is.
but it's very sad when you say it. I just said I put things be things because it's such a nothing.
What about things be thinging?
things be thinging. You know, rather than it is what it is. Like, wouldn't you rather hear things be thinging?
Hell yeah.
Than it is what
it's
it
more
is.
fun. It's like, yeah, things be thinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that.
Like there's a comedy show upstairs tonight. Maybe it's running late and somebody's like, "Oh, I can't believe this," and you're like, "Hey, things be thinging."
Things be thinging.
Yeah.
If it's not one thing, it's another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But both of those things are things, and they be thinging.
They be thinking.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to go?
I like that. Yeah, mine is not great either.
Mine's not great.
I hate this because it is what it is, and I really just have two like addendums where you just add on to it. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
Mine was it ain't what it ain't.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, it's the same thing, but it's a little bit more like silly.
And then here's my hopeful version.
Oh, okay.
Or ominous. It's either things are going to be okay, every little thing will be all right, or I'm going to fucking hunt you down.
Oh boy.
You know, it is what it is until it isn't.
Oh,
Now, if you say it bright, it is what it is until it isn't. Like, hey, you never know.
You can make it
Things
better.
turn around. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's good.
Or it is what it is until it isn't.
Oh no.
Then it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's
This guy's going to bite
threatening.
my dick.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm
Comes
gonna.
to the blowjob.
That's
I find that to be fabu.
it's you with a neighbor and you're like, oh wow, yeah, I really like my property line is really coming along, and the guy's like, well, it is what it is till it isn't, and you're like, that guy's gonna kill me.
Yeah,
that
that's
guy's
what I
gonna
think.
kill
Yeah,
me.
I agree.
Yeah, and then I got to make one of those classic New England small walls.
Rock walls.
Yeah, right.
One a very tiny little rock wall.
Yeah.
It'll keep all the squirrels out of my property.
Yes. So I came up with it ain't what it ain't,
Right.
Yeah. Popeye.
and I do like.
I is what I am. What I am.
Yeah,
I am what I am.
I am what I am. Is yeah.
I do like the other one I came up with for this. A cow is a cow is a cow.
Okay.
What do you think?
Why cow? Because it could be anything, right?
Because
it
the
could be
original
anything.
poem is a rose is a rose is a rose, right?
I don't
There
remember.
might be
Original poem.
4 roses. I in my mind it's Gertrude Stein, but I don't know if that's accurate.
Oh, well, maybe I'm just the same as Gertrude Steinberg.
A little bit of.
Not. It's Gertrude
I
Stein.
don't know if that's anti-Semitic. I think that's just Semitism, is what you.
I think it's just wrong.
yeah.
But hey,
Can't we just be
It's
wrong?
trucky.
It is what it is.
It's tricky. I almost said trucky because it's like Tricky Chuck, right?
Yeah, Tricky Chuck.
Oh no.
Yeah.
New character for Chuck. He's like, I gotta buy a coat. I gotta buy a velveteen coat.
You go home and like, Ray, what happened to the podcast? I technically gave Chuck a blowjob.
It is what it is, and then like a cow is a cow is a cow. It's hard because you can just say you change it to anything.
Yes.
Like that's what a cow is a cow is a cow.
A pig is a pig is a pig.
A barn is a barn is a
Yeah.
barn.
A
Why are
carrot
we
is
doing
a-
all farm related
lemons,
stuff?
lemons are lemons are lemons.
Right. But
think-
that's too many syllables.
then you say- Save
I
'em.
think cow is good
Single.
because of the syllables and because it's such a singular entity without much variation. So
Yeah.
everyone knows what it is,
Yeah.
and it is that thing.
By the way,
So
it's-
that's why I
It
think
was rose is a rose is a rose is a rose was written by Gertrude Stein as part of the 1913 poem Sacred Emily.
well, some of us.
So yeah, you and Gertrude
Whoa.
Stein.
This is officially a Funbearable episode where 2 different poems were fucking read to the audience.
Wow. We are cultured.
Gertrude Steinberg.
Nope.
And, no, I know. I
Steinbeck,
looked at him like Steinbeck. Gertrude Steinman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Steinway. Pianos.
Yes. And Stephen Crane.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy? I think that's crazy.
Yeah, I think so too.
I didn't think there would be a poetry-heavy reference in
Right.
Funbearable. You know what I mean?
Did you have Robert Frost lined up?
The road less traveled. That's an idiom.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Made all
That's
the
a good one. But the cow thing, just to go back to it real quick.
Yeah.
See, it's tough because, like, let's say you replaced it with car.
Yeah.
I think there's too many variations of car to
point.
make it super clear.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I think you have to pick something. And animals are probably pretty good. A lot of them. You know,
A tree is a tree is a tree.
a tree. Well, see, no, a
different
tree has
trees.
a lot of variation.
Yeah, but there's variation in cows.
not really.
Yes, there are. There are different breeds of cows.
Like what?
I don't know them offhand,
That's what
but
I mean.
know.
So it's like
Holstein.
like a dog is a dog is a
Jersey.
dog.
Yeah, there is a Jersey cow. I know that.
The dog is a dog is a dog. It's
You've
like
met her.
There's so many.
Don't judge. Don't judge.
Not nice, but there's not really.
She
that's
technically gave you a blowjob.
in a fight. That's what my car is.
Yeah. Oh no.
No,
And you
so,
shrugged. And you're like, when in Jersey?
so but dog is a dog is like, I think that people are so aware of like, well, I have a Chihuahua, well, I have a Saint Bernard, well, I have a this.
Yeah.
A cow is pretty singular, I guess, in terms of what you're talking about variation.
Yeah.
I don't
Can
know.
we
If,
find another object that is like firmly always that?
yeah, I wonder because
You know?
rock doesn't work.
And it's got to be a single syllable, because if you go too many syllables,
So let's
you're
think
like,
about
what?
this.
You
What
know?
is
a
definitely
rock is
not-
a rock is a rock?
A rock is tough because it could be
Yeah.
huge, could be little. Let's see. Something one syllable doesn't change at all.
I mean, we've heard, you know,
An egg
a
is-
this is
no.
a this is a this.
Yeah.
For a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
I, having grown up, like my dad, sports guy, he would say a win is a win is a win.
Ah, so not a singular object, a concept.
Yeah.
Yes. A loss is a loss is a loss.
Yeah.
A win is a win is a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks because though a win is a win is a win doesn't really go back to it is what it is.
No.
Yeah.
It's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's a good start.
A wet dream is a wet dream is a wet dream.
I have my terror ones. I
Yeah,
have my sex
lots
ones.
Yeah, but regardless, it ended in the same result.
Yeah.
Because a wet dream is a wet dream is a wet dream.
Okay. All right. Well,
right.
Fun Bears, ultimately, y'all are going to be
So many things are in this episode. It's
y'all are going to
amazing.
be the final
Well, could I?
judges on this.
Well, I was
when
gonna say-
they when they put these things into circulation, and,
Yeah.
and we can come back to this episode, and Merriam, Webster, OED, OET, all of them can point to this as the birth of all of these expressions.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, should we pick a best one of each just to close it out?
Oh no.
Because I think there's some clear ones.
Well, I think it's people are going to use the ones that they like the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like shared DNA is the only way.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Why did you go back to it?
Well,
That's your best one?
No, I think no. It was probably not good.
Well, no, I'm going to say this. What if Fun Bear Sherry, she's like, oh, that one starts with like what sounds like what my name starts with.
Right,
So
right.
maybe Sherry's going to pick shared DNA is the only way.
Maybe.
See,
what
I
was
think-
the big reaction? I think you guys
You had-
reacted
that's what I'm
large
saying. We
with-
should pick the best ones. I think that you got to give me, if you're in the SEAL tank, you best be barking. I think that's a pretty good one for that.
Sure. You guys reacted with a tree is strongest at its roots.
That's
Yes.
the best one for that.
But we're also just sort of reiterating. My personal favorite is my version of everything happens for a reason, and I'm not going to say it again.
Oh, thank
Which
you.
one was it?
As every
that's right.
choice
Yeah,
ricochets
yeah.
off another, and we are lost in an ever-expanding sea of
Here-
chaos
all right,
with no
that's
order
all right.
except
Let
that
me
this
just-
we got
chaos
it,
and
we
chance
got
to
it.
deliver
Let me-
unknowable
here, let me
sorrow.
just
Enjoy. The
concede.
universe knows
Yeah,
nothing
Maelstrom.
of your
Yeah,
pain.
I remember.
I'll just concede.
yeah. Maelstrom.
I'll concede some. I don't have a good one for Blood is Thicker Than Water.
Why are we revisiting this?
Well, I thought we could pick our favorites, and now we could use them consistently in the podcast.
Yeah, but we don't
Yeah.
have to pick our favorites.
All right.
We,
We don't
we,
have to.
we presented
We
at
already
least
said 'em.
30 options.
All right.
So
Well,
it's-
it's almost too confusing for people to even remember, I think.
What's going to be whichever
I think
one?
if we just came up with a new official Fun Bear version of each phrase, that's cleaner. Definitely cleaner, but
Yeah, it's definitely cleaner. I just don't think we need to do it. I think
Hey,
I
look.
think ultimately it's going to come
Hey,
down to what the
a
there's
cow
always
is
more
a
pigs
cow
in
is
the
a
pile.
cow. All of our shit's barnyard. It's ridiculous. All of us heard like E-I-E-I-O on the way here. We're like,
cows, pigs. But yeah, it's really fun to talk about these things.
Yeah.
Maybe some of these expressions find their way into somebody's vernacular.
and that's the thing. I think it's not going to work if we force it. If we say this is the official thing and say it now, forever and ever, I don't think it'll catch on. It's got to be organic. It's got to worm its way in. One of these things. It's possible. You never know. It could happen.
Yeah.
I just think we provided so many, it might be hard to remember if we don't have
But
to.
something will stick in their minds.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
6 months from now, somebody is going to use one of these expressions around us in public. Like,
Yeah, and I won't remember, and I'll be like, "What
Don't
the
judge a
fuck are
cook
you
by its
talking about?"
lovers.
Yeah.
recently,
A pig in the pile.
so
It's worth two in the.
years ago, we filmed a thing, and Chuck said,
A hundy in the hand.
I want my character to say, "Of course, my horse." I want that to be my catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
And this was years ago. We had one showing, maybe 2 showings of this video.
Not a catchphrase. It's just I like to say that.
And, a completely different group of people. I was meeting with them, and I said, "Of course, my horse." And they said, "Oh, that's so weird. My friend says that all the time." And I'm like, that came from Chuck. Like,
I bet it's in culture somewhere.
you know what? I'm trying to give you credit.
I appreciate it.
Just take it.
It's just it's funny because it rhymes, but it really doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely
It's like,
not.
why would you
Yeah.
refer to anyone
Yeah.
as your horse?
Yeah.
Yeah. I say often, and I don't know why. I say bingo, bango, dodge Durango.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And now every once in a while, I'll hear Finn say it back, and I'm like, "This is insane.
Yeah.
This is insane. What have I done?"
Well, Brad does Deuces Kangarooses.
Yes.
Oh
And
yeah,
I do
yeah.
that sometimes.
Yeah.
I think you know what
I'll say there's a couple at my church. I say deuces kangarooses, and one says sayonara dinosaura.
That's not bad.
And then the other one says take care polar bear.
I think
I
maybe
don't like that one.
Yeah.
maybe for that person.
That person go to hell.
Maybe when we do meet, you should be cliche-shamed.
Yeah.
Or maybe
we should do it again.
I think we should do it again.
Cli-Shamed part 2. This time it's personal.
There's a million of those that we haven't done.
Yeah.
But also, it would be fun to do an episode where we try to think of things that we have said or people around us have said
Yeah.
that kind of stuck out to us as singular,
It's-
not as overall. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
I will say, like, the bingo bango dodge Durango thing now is so baked in. If I hear, like, in a show or a movie somebody say bingo bango, because I have heard that before.
Yeah.
Sure.
In my head, I have to be like Dodge Durango. Isn't that weird?
has to complete.
Let's talk to Dodge. Let's talk to Dodge Chrysler and
Yes.
find out.
Are they a B Corp?
I also
absolutely not.
I like when you have a phrase or you heard a phrase and it either gets bastardized and
Yeah.
changed, or you just change it to mean a thing that you want it to mean.
Right.
And one of the things that I didn't realize for a long time on Tuesdays with Stories, I work on the podcast, and they always say it's all pipes, and for that it means like it is what it is. Basically, it's all
Yeah,
pipes.
yeah.
But it's a reference to Seinfeld when George is peeing in the shower and he says it's all pipes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's just become this.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting. And I think everyone kind of has their own versions of that probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like your Dodge Durango thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we should try to do that. It might be hard to pick them out, but if we give it some time, I bet we could think of
There's
them.
like it's all going to the same place when somebody like eats like 2 things that don't go together.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
Like, it's all going to the same place. you know?
yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I think we should absolutely do it again.
Yeah.
Well,
What do
folks
you
out
think?
there, if you have,
We can even theme them.
That's what I was
Let's
gonna
do
say.
like, we do this time we're going to come up with all stuff that are like naughty. Ooh. Sexy.
How about all barnyard
idioms.
stuff?
I think we just did it. You're like, no, but sexy barnyard.
naughty barnyard
Yeah,
stuff.
E-I-E-I-O.
Yes.
My.
Folks out there, if you have, if you want to weigh in on your favorites, or if you've started using these expressions and you want to share your results with us, send us an
Yeah.
email, funbearablepod@gmail.com, or send us a DM through social media @funbearablepod. Happy to hear from you. Happy to read those messages.
Yeah.
And if you get a Belroy bag genuinely, and it's like a month later, reach out to us because I firmly believe in that. It's wild. Like they have not paid me. They have not paid us.
Nope.
Yeah. The Jetsons are gonna sue.
Oh, yeah.
George Jetson is going to sue.
I'm going to change one note. Not good.
But yeah, thank you all for sticking around and indulging this whimsical idea with us. We appreciate you so much. For Ray Harrington and Chuck Staten, I am Brad Rohr saying thank you so much, and we're sorry for being Funbearable. Remember when that dog gave you a blowjob?
bit me.
Has a dog ever bit you on your dick?
Do the balls count?
I just somehow wordlessly communicated that something happened. I don't know if it.
Oh man. All I'm gonna say is if you're wearing short shorts, don't like squat down to say hello to a dog.
To pet a pack of coyotes.
Yeah. And you know what the dog said? It was like a Kong ball. Like one of those, you know what a Kong thing is?
Yeah.
The toy that's like very rubber.
Yep.
Anyway.
If you're wearing peanut butter panties, don't hang on. There's something here.
More idiom?
Yeah.
Now you're getting too close to if you and it's a Foxworthy. If you get bit on the dick by a dog, you might be Chuck Staten.
We should do a Foxworthy episode
Yeah.
where we each come in with a "you might be a blank."
It should
and then
be
we,
you might be a and it's each one of us.
Oh
So mean and horrible. Yeah. If you skitter away terrified at a fun idea because you think it'll hurt your feelings, you might be a Brad Rohr.